Quake them. I don't have priority to Quake them, gamers. I don't know what you think Quake is going to accomplish. I think the people that want to play Quake are silly in bed. I have Jeff to win Luke's bar. There's no reason. No reason to get over aggressive here. No reason to get cute. It's just Mystique, Luke Cage, and move on with our lives. Is local man about to be Enchantress? I guess if I get Enchantress, I'm still winning the right, yeah? In before random Red Skull, plus a way to win the left. Derek, I hope you're ready for your timeout if that happens to be. Why would you put that energy into the air? Quake Bast is one more power. There's just a lot of randomly generated cards that Luke Cage covers me from, so I think I'd rather have Luke in play than one more point of power. I don't need to lose to a random man thing, so I didn't play Luke Cage because I wanted one more tiebreaker. God bless us, everyone. See, I told you, chat. Cerebro 3 started things around today. I believe. Positive mental attitude. We're gonna do it. Do I throw U.S. agent away on the left to try and Cosmo them in the center? I think so. This is one of those kind of weird plays that I think is very correct in this instance. So again, for those that are new to Marvel Snap, priority is determined by who is currently winning on board. So when I elected to play this here, we were winning the left and the right, which meant my cards were flipping up first going into the third turn when they were likely to play something with an on-reveal on Carmartage. We could have quaked the Murder World into the center. So quaking the Murder World into the center would have looked good if, because they dackened. However, it would have been much worse if they would have done something like, say, Lady Sif would have been bad. So I know chat is currently doing what they do best and being very results-based in this particular moment, but I think quaking there on average was wrong, which is why I did not do it. You need a Scarlet Witch Center to avoid violence. Nah, Wanda works for me. She and I go way back. Quake could get us in trouble here. Nope, they're leaving. Coolio. Is Cerebro 2 or Cerebro 3 stronger right now? C2 has better numbers. Come on, priority. Damn. If we'd have had priority, I would have quaked the altar into the center, but for now, we'll just do this, I suppose. I would love to get rid of Morbius. Thank you for asking. My goodness, we are so rude. My goodness, we are so rude. We're gonna murder the Meek here too, right? I'm gonna flip the Genosha into the center. I don't gotta move Jeff, chat. Genosha's going middle. Actually, I think it's this, yeah? This gives me 6, 12, and 6. What a bad dog. Just good. God, this deck is rude. Just 600 different ways to kick your sandcastle in a 3-power package. Many sandcastles were ruined upon that day. Close their stream, right? $30-card deck, turn 1 Mindstone. Fist bump me. Fist bump me! Fist bump me! Bump my fist! Why won't you bump my fist? Bump it! Ah! Benjamin! My hand was so good! Bow Gideon, thank you for the 17 months. Welcome back. How much does the rest of your house hear you? When my wife works from home, she often sends me a warning in advance when she's in an important meeting and I shouldn't be heard in the background so I can keep it down. And she definitely only does that because there were some loud moments when she would have rather they weren't. I work from home and I tell my kids the same thing. I give up Luke to kill Galacta here, yeah? That's a fair trade. God, Quake is so good. She's so strong. And just for the sake of helping Twitch chat understand card text, Ganosha here destroys highest cost cards. So these both being 2s means I'm good to go. Well, I get to keep my Cerebro. Good to go insane. In the membrane. Dee-dee-dee. Dee-dee-dee. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Red Guardian wins the center. Do I want to play for all of them or no? This plays for all of them, yeah? Good night. We snuck past. We snuck past. We have successfully made it past the keeper. Onward, upwards, backwards, forwards. Is the deck tracker broken? It says the opponent's playing 12 cards. Asking the real questions. Is Quake good? If so, explain why. Accurate. Yes, is Gadosha our personal feature location today? Certainly feels like it, huh? I mean, unironically insane best, yes? One of the funnier pixies I can think of too, where it's literally just gonna shuffle around a bunch of 2s and 3s. That was the best we could hope for. It's true. Punish for moon dating and not Morbiusing. Oh, they didn't play their Esme card. That's good for us. I want to put Cerebro over here, so that way it's in the same path as Mobius for, what's it called purposes? Rogue purposes? Hey, do we think that draws good, chat? If so, why? Please explain. Yes, we know they have my Red Guardian too. I think I need to play for all three just in case they can beat 17 on the right. Is a demon on the left? I'm beating that, yeah, because we're going to give them -6. And I'm going to 27. God, Cerebro giving +3 is so much. And so many stats. This build's super reasonable, gamers. It's actually just mess of good tech cards plus Cerebro to miscellaneously add stats on top. And then you can still win some games where you don't have Cerebro because you're just a mess of tech cards. Alright, we're gonna definitely play some more of this, but you take a brief pause for the cause to let some adverts roll. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us here on a Thursday afternoon. Don't go anywhere, gamers. Will Quake ever not be underrated? You know, it's funny. I saw a Twitter post, and it was someone that, what did the person say? They said, after playing a bunch with Merlin, my main conclusion is location variance control is great. And like, that's really just like Quake's motto, right? Like, I think every card in Marvel Snap that allows you to interface with locations is likely underplayed. They're such good variance smoothing. Is Makari replaceable? What could you replace Makari with? Probably another 2/3 or maybe a copy of Blade. Maybe. Blade you could play on the last turn, another 2/3 to put stats out early. Makari's just free stats. What are your 2/3s? You could play Armor. You could play Daredevil. You could play half of Kate's arrows. She could be cute. You could play Scorpion. I think you'd probably get away without Makari. Gorgon. Gorgon's a good call out. Yeah, you could totally play Gorgon. It's a reasonable hate card. I like that suggestion. Hey, Magus, thank you for the over 5 years of Jeff to Jeff wealth transfer. Welcome back. Let's hop back on in here, shall we? I think I'm happy to just go ahead and bast here. This is likely the wicked pile of cards that's been going around. Poor Makari. Sweet piece of gladiator art. It's a shame we don't have priority, so I can't Cosmo them. Does the opponent's deck typically play Enchantress? Teenage Warhead typically, okay. We should have priority with this play. I mean, I'm probably gonna Cosmo the center is the plan. Yeah, perfect. I think they're just 0% once we Cosmo the center, right? Yes, Red Guardian is definitely in their output range as well. Thankfully, with Bast, the copies of Cerebro in this deck are a little bit less susceptible to Red Guardian than they would be in other builds. Yeah, take your cube, brood. I hear ya. Are in the Proving Grounds. No, this is second round of Gold Conquest. Might get to savor the flavor of playing Wanda into Westview here. Our hand's pretty good. I'll push the button. Once in future, my Quicksilver is pretty good. It's always a little scary rolling Wanda on a neutral board, but I think it's correct here. Narrator. It turns out it was in fact very correct. What do we think of doing this for the sake of maximizing our chance to have priority and thus get around Warhead next turn? Is Valkyrie bait in Cerebro 3? Absolutely. This deck works because it's got a lot of really cheap, efficient cards. How do they beat me? So what's a real Marvel Snap card that beats Cerebro Mystique, right? Yeah, I think Big House stops all the cards that could possibly beat us, yeah? Ooh, a playable one. Looking for a little Bast. Makari and Quicksilver ready to have a race. Okay, now our hand is officially bested. Ready for this right side location to be Monster Island yet? Alright, so I think I'm gonna go Luke on the left, into Cosmo on the right, into Mercury Cerebro on 5, and then we can Mystique here. They could have my copy of Luke Cage to stop our US agent from having text, which would be annoying. It'll still be a 2-9. It will still be a 2-9, yeah. gosh, we've been dismantling them, huh? I don't even know that I'm outplaying them so much as our deck just feels like it's more powerful than theirs. That's scary. Do I want to get rid of Elysium? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think they're gonna run out of space. I am not going to be able to take priority this game. So I think I want to reset the Avengers compound. We're out. On to the next one. Escaped. We are better at snapping than them. Snapping after you double up your wicket is certainly a choice. Alright. That's funny right there. Doggy. They are not pleased, gamers. They are not pleased. A little grumpy. Can you imagine? Just like put yourself in their shoes, chat. You open up YouTube, you type in best deck in Marvel Snap video. Best deck got to rank 1, loaded up. I'm gonna queue up for my golden conquest and get me an infinite ticket with the best deck in Marvel Snap. Enter Cerebro 3, dominator of best decks. They were led astray, chat. Should have been Cerebroing very clearly. Imagine getting cooked by our incredibly embarrassing pile of cards.
Breaking news.
Electro. Ooh, classy Electro split too. Oh. Oh. Mm. 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 It's era shit. See that Cerebro so we can snap them. If I top deck Cerebro, I might boomer snap them. That's never wins the game, right? Yes, Cosmo on Surge turns her off. I should probably just regular retreat because people never respect Cerebro. Yeah. That's why. This is why Cerebro is such a good cube equity deck. Hey, Jeff, Twitch appears to be freaking out. Is your chat down as well? Is chat, are you here? I think we just had a message. Maybe. My chat appears to be a live guest. So far, at least. I think I'm just taking the bast on these two so I can play the Jeff on curve here. All my followed channels are gone. Yeah, it sounds like Twitch is melting. If you're loaded into chat currently, do not leave, okay? I would wager that people, it was the first time this has happened to Twitch. They'll sort it here in a little bit, I'm sure, but. If you're in line for chat, stay in line. It is your Twitch given right to chat. If I left, where would I even go? Asking the real questions. Gotta call work, can't leave Twitch chat. I mean, those are the rules. Just trying to make sure you don't get fined, chat. Do I give them Mind Stone back so I can fill this in so it doesn't impact me on the last turn? I think so. I gotta say, I really appreciate your streaming times as a viewer from Europe. Yeah, there are primarily two types of people that watch my live streams. They are people who have work from home jobs or jobs where they can have me up on a second monitor in North America, and then people who watch after work in the EU. How does this 34 card pile of shit always have images of Icon? Like, truly, can someone please explain it to me? It's so obnoxious. Do they play for the center or the right? They have Mockingbird, they play for both. Mockingbird center doesn't actually win the center if I move Jeff. So I'm gonna get 6 back from this. I'm smart enough to not answer, lol. They have Mockingbird and Enchantress. Good gravy. Why would you wish that upon me? Derek's really trying to get timed out with the brutal cold shots. Ooh, they didn't play around us winning the left. Don't you dare. I'm about to lose my mind, chat. No! No! Thank goodness! Why does the 34 card deck constantly finish all of the Infinity Stones? Why does the 34 card deck constantly finish the Infinity Stones? It ain't right. It ain't right, gamers! You gave them a second Mind Stone, to be fair. I don't want your logic and reasoning. I just want to complain, and I want you to agree with me. Okay? Jeez. Man, you know how that bit is good, chat? In chat there. They've been following the channel since October 25th, 2024. 8 months. And that was their first time chat. They're like, you know what? That was funny enough, Hogland. I'm gonna chat for the first time. I appreciate that. I agree. I'm quite amusing. Lurker approved. Comment. Spread out my mantastic here, as we like to say. Wow, they're gonna regret that one, gamers. Now that's a piece of candy. What if I do this so it looks like I'm competing for the right, but in reality we're gonna juke to the left? That's fine though, right? I'm not a Cerebro deck? Like I don't have Cerebro. I don't have enough points though either, right? Is the issue? I guess this gives me the most in the center. This is 9, 11. Oh yeah, that's I have some type of tech card, my 34 card pile of Bush Boomer Snap. Yeah, could be Reality Stone, could be Legion, could be one of 40 different randomly generated cards. I won the priority flip here to get rid of Black Vortex before they could use it. It's a big game. Do I snap them? I guess I don't have my Cerebro yet. I just get this out of the way now, because it needs to happen. Oh, I guess this means they could Quake it back, though? If I Cosmo here, they can't Quake it back, right? Oh, they could Quake here, though. I assume this is just a visual bug for people asking why this is gray. We should Cosmo Mystique. Yeah, baby. I think it's this, yeah? Just to make sure. Oh, I don't have priority. Yeah, good call. They only drew 3 cards out of my deck. They're only 25% to have it here. Snap. If they want to take 5... If they want to take 5 cubes, if they want to take 4 cubes for me, if they hit their 25%, that's fine. I'm gonna push the button. This is one of those spots where it would feel really bad if they hit it and punish me, but it's statistically correct to raise. I'm going to raise. Yeah. And that's the number one thing people do incorrectly when it comes to snapping in Marvel Snap. Is people too frequently treat the snap button like I'm in an unlosable position, so I'm pushing this. To get the most out of your cube equity, you need to be pushing the button when you are ahead, but not a guarantee, because your opponent's not calling when you're a guarantee. This could, my pause here is it could be right to snap. That's close though. I'm gonna quake the cloning vats in case they try to copy Thanos this turn. And then I'm gonna copy my US agent. Yes, we are in round 5 and we've only seen 2 non-created cards, the Thanos and a Surge. How crazy is the Blade, Swarm, Bullseye build of C3? I think it's pretty mid. Like a book. Oh, like a book. Okay, and then I think it's this. Do we think I still have priority going into the next turn if I do this? They could Red Guardian me here this turn as well though. Cosmo right blocks and images. Yeah, that's true. It blocks tech cards on here as well, which is nice. Yes, they're also incentivized to Rocket Center here. Interesting. We saw a third card out of their deck. We did. Oh, I'm worried about Eliath. Is there a reason we aren't US agenting the Thanos lane? Yeah, because I wanted to protect my Cerebros. And again, this is just like the classic Airship problem, right? Like, I can't really play around all of the possibilities, so I've hedged a bunch of them, and I'm going to hope it works out for me. I'm winning the left of the center, yeah. Bye, Felicia. Plus 3 is significantly more than plus 2. Plus 3 is significantly more than plus 2. That, what's my takeaway here? When I drew Cerebro, this deck was more powerful than when Cerebro 2 draws Cerebro, I think almost assuredly. Especially when you consider the fact that Bast is regularly letting Cerebro and Mystique buff themselves. However, the games where we didn't draw Cerebro were kind of a struggle. And maybe it's just the Thanos matchup is one you can't win without your namesake, but man, it did not feel like with our tech cards we could compete on rate in the Thanos matchup without the namesake. And maybe you just like snap it or treat well there, and that's fine. Having access to Quake and Scarlet Witch felt really good. Having a fairly low curve felt pretty good. If you're missing Makari in this deck, you want to play like another 2-3 so you have points on the board early, but the deck felt really competitive overall. It felt like we had play in a lot of matchups, and there were a lot of good decisions to make. If you are a Cerebro enjoyer, these cards are ones I highlighted in one of my best decks roundups. I think it was last week after the initial Cerebro buff, and I think this is a great way to be playing the card.